Hey, fellow traders, Black Coffee Trader coming at you here on a Friday afternoon, November the 7th, and just wrapping up the week, wrapping up the day. Had a good day and honestly had a pretty good week. The negatives this week where we lost the LUCID accounts. I did lose the final account today. Also lost the take profit account earlier this week. But we had a good week, or I had a good week on the Apex accounts, these top 4 accounts that I've been trading, and got them back up to about where they were a couple of weeks ago. Good day today, about 200 in profit. Happy with that. So yeah, let's just dive in. Really, I think the biggest thing, maybe just before we dive into some of the numbers, one of the things I've noticed about just my trading, I've been a lot more disciplined with the Apex accounts. I was trading the Lucid accounts and the take profit account pretty aggressively, pretty loosely. And what I mean by that is not taking my ideal setups, just taking trades to when I thought something would occur and it really just didn't work. Not surprising. And on the Apex accounts, I've been a lot more disciplined with taking really good setups, and most of those trades worked. So I think there's a lesson there just for, taking good setups, and something I need to focus a little bit more heavily on. So let's take a look at TradeZella. Here's today, up 541 on the Apex accounts. I think we're up about 775. Lost the week, but that's okay. Had a nice win rate today, 80% win rate. So that's good. Let's look at some of the trades themselves. I'm just going to show you the trades. I think if it's easier, just show them on the charts. So on the
order canceled.
Lucid accounts, this is the Lucid account right here. So this morning, right here, I took a break and retest long, looking for this to retest, and it was really a C setup. There was only 2 of the 4 boxes checked here. In fact, you know what? Let's just go there. I want to show you what my criteria is. So if I go to the trades and I go to this one, so if I go to the break and retest long playbook, here you can see break and retest long. I'm looking to be trading above VWAP. I want to have price in an uptrend. I want the EMA cross to occur, and I want price to have broken and retested a key level. And in this case, the only 2 that were checked was the bottom 2. We were not in an above VWAP, and we were not in an uptrend, and I was taking a long. So again, I've just noticed this. When I take this type of a trade, if I take something where I've got all 4 boxes checked, the odds of it being successful is much higher. Shocker. So that's just something I really, really, really need to work on. But in any case, going back to this trade, so obviously this lost. And then I just jumped in again short, trying to save the account because it was pretty much gone, and we ended up losing it. So then on the Apex accounts, we took a really nice trade on ES as well. Right here, very, very patient. We had a lot of chop here this morning, and we finally broke down. And here's a trade where everything is, all the boxes are checked. So price is in a downtrend. We had the EMA cross occurring right before the trade. We had a move down. We had retested a key level. This was the key level I was retesting. Price had retested that area. It didn't go back all the way and retest it, but really, really, really close. But anyway, took that short and got out of there with a 1-hour trade, which is what I'm really looking for. Got the first profit target, and then we got the little move down. I just moved my stop to the first profit target on the second contract, and then I did get stopped out. If I would have left it break even, I could have got a little bit more out of that, but I'm really sticking to my rules. Like TP1, when I'm out there, my stop goes to, I'm actually going to change it to go halfway instead of 3/4. And then if I get another continued flush, I'll move the stop to the 1-hour point. And that way I'm out of the trade with 1 hour, if at the worst case scenario, which is this. And that's actually a good trade. So, but then the second trade was on NQ. And this one here, I gave myself a pretty, like a 3-star score on TradeZella here, because here again, the boxes were checked. I believe all the boxes were checked on this trade, but the problem is I chickened out on it because I didn't want to lose. Not smart. So actually only 3 of the boxes were checked. So it was what I would call a B trade. So we were above VWAP. We were in an uptrend, and we had broken or retested a key level. We did not have the EMA cross. That was the missing link to make that an A+ setup. But I still felt pretty strongly about that trade, and it really would have worked to perfection. So I only entered with one contract, so that was a 75-point trade. So my stop was sitting somewhere down here. First target was somewhere up here. And we just couldn't get going, and we had this little move back down, and I was trading with my P&L, which is something you shouldn't do. I didn't want to lose my green for the day, and I wouldn't have lost it fully. I could have, I guess, but we would have had a break-even day. But we started to pull back, and we pushed higher, and I thought, well, maybe I'm a little bit early. Maybe it's going to fully retest this level here around the 25s. And I should have just left everything go, because I would have survived and gotten a full 150 at least, maybe even more out of this trade. So that's on me. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for not sticking to my rules. But when we dipped down here below this little candle and pushed higher, I moved my stop to break even, and then just started aggressively trailing it and got out of there with like a $50 trade. So not the greatest of trades. I mean, yes, it's a win, but man, if I would have just left that alone, again, my stop was there, TP1 somewhere here, we would have got that full flush or that full squeeze to the upside, and it could have got a win there. So that's on me. Again, just something I need to work on is being patient and letting those trades work and being okay with a loss. But anyway, good day, good week. Let's look at the little spreadsheet. So on the Apex accounts, we made about 250, 290 this week, and we lost the Lucid accounts and lost the take profit account. I think, was that this week that I lost? Yeah, I lost the take profit account earlier in the week, and I lost the 2 Lucid accounts this week. So it was a bad week for those accounts, but again, I was being aggressive because we had some red. Actually, let's go back. Here's something I need to just work on. I need to make sure that I get set up QuantGuard or connect QuantGuard all the time, because what I've been doing is, where is it at? Maybe it's a couple weeks ago. Now I'm kind of confused. I thought I had a day where I was down like $700. Yeah, here we go. On whatever day this was. Oh, Tuesday, the 4th. I was down about 800 on the whoops, I'm on the wrong thing here. About 800 on the Lucid accounts, and the same thing on the Take Profit Pro account. And that is what was the undoing. That was the problem. And if I would have connected QuantGuard, I would not have had this bad red day, and we would have possibly survived. I mean, the next day I was down 500 on this account, which ended up blowing it right there. But there again, I could have saved all this by connecting that. So, or just having better discipline, which would ultimately be the very best, is just to have the discipline to trade like I've been trading on the Apex account. So anyway, that's the long and the short of it. Once again, just want to appreciate the support. Thank you for using code BCT with either Apex, Take Profit Trader, the different things I've got going here. I would want to remind you also that the Apex sale did get extended through next Tuesday, November the 11th. So the 70% off deal and the $40 lifetime activation fee, which is really, really good. That got extended through next Tuesday. So if you're using Apex, that is a pretty nice deal. Let me think. The 40% off would be, yeah, basically, so right around $100. Right around $100, you could have a funded account with that deal. If you bought an account at 70% off and activated it with the $40 activation fee, you'd be in for about $100. So that's pretty nice on a funded account. So, but anyway, appreciate the support. Thanks for following along. Feels good to end the week on a positive note. Now next week, we are down to the Apex accounts, and the goal is to work on those and not be aggressive, being diligent, being disciplined, and taking good setups. And then I guess on the piggyback on that would be to continue on the 5 take profit accounts that I've got, the evals that I've got, trying to get those passed. I'm not going to be in a super rush for that. I would just want to get them across the finish line and not blow them up like I did the last time. The last group of 4, I think I had them up to 52.7 and blew them stupidly. So we don't want to make that mistake again. But anyway, that's a wrap. I'll leave you with that. Thanks again for following along. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care and so long.